much, statistics and earning capacity, the industry has been said to be worth over $50 billion.
$50 billion
Now,
annually.
So when you think about that figure, the question you begin to ask yourself is, what are we playing at on the continent of Africa? And for you to be able to play at that level, one of the things you need to make sure you do is to make sure that you bump up your professional practice. You pretty much get yourself affiliated and associated with the right kind of people. Having said that, one very interesting thing that excites me, and I say excites me, is because the ICF, the International Coach Federation, recently has begun to recognize that the African continent is one that is very, very relevant. As an African, if you have been privileged to do public speaking and you are trying to communicate and get your message across, one of the things that you need to make sure you do is to identify with a body, an association that will help bring some form of clarity or strength or scaling up of your skills, as it were. And so there are a couple of bodies and associations that basically help to enhance, or if you may, just to strengthen that skill set. And so that will be my first recommendation for anyone who lives in a beautiful continent that has 54 plus countries.
And wants to be a professional
speaker. So identify with a local body or a local club that basically focuses on helping you to shore up or strengthen your skills around presentation. Because the moment you begin to do that, your muscles in quote will get strengthened by virtue of use. Yes.
And let me also drop in to the mix the fact that when you associate with a professional of people with similar interests, there is a synergy that begins to build.
Absolutely.
Around. I want to explore further your recommendation for those who desire to pick up speaking as a profession or as a business. Embed yourself within a speakers network, locally, nationally, and if you can afford it, internationally. And these bodies are all over the place. You only need to find out the ones that are very credible, that have your kind of people, and then embed yourself within them. What are the other things that one needs to do?
So I talked about, and I picked it from the Warren Buffett quote I just said, communicate. The second thing is you need to nurture and nourish your potential. Now, one very important thing that I think a lot of us take for granted is that our potential is potent already. But for it to be scaled up, for it to, as it were, experience wings that will get it to soar and fly, you need to make sure that you find what I would call accountability partners. And that is why taking your development to bodies that will hold you accountable is very, very important. Why do I say so? When I think about my work and my career, one very important thing that has helped me to a great deal is ensuring that I have people in the industry that I'm accountable to. And so those people who see me as somebody who they can give sincere feedback, and as it's been said, feedback is the breakfast of champions.
Agree.
And that has helped them to see me as somebody they can also recommend.
True.
So I'll give you an example. One of the top 5 banks on the continent of Africa, that is also a global bank, are looking for coaches on the African continent to engage for all their country banks. And so one of the things that they did was they approached one of the coaching bodies on the African continent, because they know that that coaching body is one that is respected continentally and also globally. So what they did was they asked the president for that particular continent to please refer people to their bank. And so they then said, instead of referring people, how about the coaching body notifies coaches that they believe meet up with their expectations.
One thing I'm drawing from your postulation is that accountability partners, we tend to think it's about peer review. It's about you also having somebody that keeps you on your toes. But the impression I'm coming away with now is that in addition to those two benefits, are also the benefits of you having them as your network and people who will catalyze you and who can recommend you.
Profound.
And also facilitate you into opportunities. So a lot of us don't take it important. We don't recognize the importance of having accountability partners.